definition of medical writing. So medical writing is the creation of well-structured and scientifically accurate documents for healthcare sector. So as we know that the word medical is coming, that means that it is related to writing something or any document which is related to medical or healthcare field. Now here there are three words which are written, which also defines the main characteristics of any document which you are writing, whether it is related to scientific writing or whether it is related to regulatory writing. So first is creation. Creation here means like creating something which you can say that this is your own. So means that whenever you're writing any document in medical writing, so you are not allowed, or you should not do that, like you are just copying and pasting the information from somewhere, from some article, or it is published on any web page or any media. You are just copying and pasting the information, and then from that information you are creating a document. No, you can collect the information from various sources, like you can do literature searching and you can collect the source information from various sources, but that information you have to summarize, you have to write it in your own words. And then when you do a proper referencing and citation, then you can say that this is the work which you have done, or this is the document which is written by you, because in this document you have used your expertise, your knowledge, and your creativity also to presenting the information, or to present the information. It is not just like this that you're copying and pasting the information from somewhere. So that means creation. Then the next word is well-structured. Well-structured means that whenever you're writing a document, especially when it is related to regulatory writing. So for writing a document in regulatory writing, there will be a proper content which is provided to you, and you have to follow certain guidelines to write that document, and the guidelines will define you with the content. And when we are talking about scientific writing, so in scientific writing also there are various guidelines which are followed for writing the review articles or research articles, or there is a proper format. There will be the sections defined, and what you have to write in that sections, that will also be defined. So then, and you have to make the document presentable, visually impressible, so that it can be well accepted by the reader. So that's what it is, should be well structured. The next is scientifically accurate. So scientifically accurate means that whatever information you are writing in your document, that should be accurate, that should be correct. No incorrect information, false information, any manipulated data should not go in your document. Every information should be evident, logical. So before writing or before including any information in your article, you should confirm that this information is accurate, it is evident, it should be logically justified. Then only you should include that information in your article. So the information, any kind of information, whatever you are sharing in your article, that should be scientifically accurate. Okay, so thus we can define in simple words medical writing as: the medical writing is a creation of well-structured, scientifically accurate documents for healthcare sector. Now, this healthcare sector includes medical field as well as pharmaceutical field, biotechnological field, biochemistry, nutrition. So this area is not only confined to a particular sector. This is a very wide area and there are various organizations, companies where nowadays medical writers are working. That also we will discuss when we will discuss about that what is the scope of medical writing. Okay. Understood what is the definition of medical writing, how you can define medical writing in simple words. Now, medical writers need to be proficient, not just in writing, but also in the context and lingo of medical subjects. On occasion, they might even be required to analyze passages logic. Now, medical writers, it is not only required that they should only be expert of writing, but of course, and obviously, as they are working in a certain field, which is of medical, so they should, or healthcare, then they should have expertise of medical terminologies and terminologies which are concerned with medical writing. Okay, so means they will be required, or they might be required to analyze a logic of a passage. Suppose For example, when you have attained a certain experience in the field of writing, then you can enter into the field of proofreading or copy editing, in which any document is provided to you, and then you have to confirm that whether the information which is shared in this document is evident or not. You have to verify the findings as well. So hence, medical writing is not only the writing part, but also you have to be expert of that particular area in which you choose to work. You should be familiar with various type of documents. Suppose if you choose to work in the field of clinical research, then you should know about what is clinical research, what is pharmacovigilance, term and terminologies related to clinical research, what are the guidelines which are followed, then what are the documents which are written in clinical research, and how these documents are to be written, from where you have to collect the information. Then when you are writing any document, if it is asked, then you can proofread that document as well. Similarly, if you are working in the field of scientific writing, or if you suppose, for example, if you're working in a scientific writing field and you are asked to write a review article, so first of all, you should understand that what is a review article, how it is written, how you will collect the information from writing a review, how you will do the literature searching, what is a proper format which is followed, then how you have to do a self-review process. You should be well defined. The different documents and all that will also be well defined to you. In a particular the area in which you are doing a review, you should be an expert of that area. Suppose if you are writing any review which is related to pharmaceutical field, then of course you should be a proficient of pharmaceutical field. Either you should have your graduation or post graduation in pharmacy. In case if you're not from that field, then at least you should be able to understand by going through the books, through the articles which are related to that particular topic. Okay, so yeah, so the very first requirement for medical writing is that the individual should have the professional, they should have the ability to write. But not only this is that's it, but there are other things also which you should learn when you are aspiring to become a successful medical writer. Okay, so now we will discuss about the medical language. So now, as we know that this particular field is related to healthcare sector, so it is obvious that you will come across various medical terms and terminologies. So it is very important for an individual, for a professional, that they should have an understanding of medical terms and terminologies very well. Okay, so medical language is a scientifically designed, logically crafted, evolved from Greek and Latin, that comprises of words, phrases, terminologies to describe body, its parts, appearance, condition, size, color, or any other characteristics. So now when we talk about medical terminology, so medical terminology is in itself is a proper area to study, and there are n number of terms which are in medical terminology. So you can understand medical terms with the word root, which is like, suppose if it is the word root is gast, that means this particular word is related to gastric. If it is nephro, that means that it is related to kidney. Okay, so this is how you can understand the medical terms. But as you all are from the healthcare, from the life science background, so I hope that you have a good understanding of medical terms and terminologies. So medical language, it is generally in medical language and medical terms which we are using, that they are coming from Greek or Latin, and in which we use, and these terminologies or words, they are used to describe the body. Suppose, for example, nephro means kidney. Okay, and if I use the word osteo means joints. Okay, sorry, bones. If I use so similarly, if I use the word, if I use the word ophthalmic, that means it is related to eyes. If I'm using the word cardio, means that is related to heart. Okay, so a particular body part is being described with the help of these medical language, and any part which is related to that particular any of the body part, any of the like appearance or condition. Like if I say hepatomegaly means enlargement of liver. So hepatomegaly is a condition which is related to enlargement of liver. So this particular medical term describes you the condition of a liver. Okay, nephrotoxic means any substance which is toxic or which is harmful to the kidneys. So these are different terms which are related to which are defined in medical language, or okay, which is related to a body or body part, or any, or the appearance of that body part, its condition, its size, its color, and any other characteristics. This language also covers terminologies related to therapy, treatment, okay, like for example vasectomy, okay, for example angioplasty, okay, bypass surgery. So all these terms are related to a particular treatment or a surgery or a therapy, assessment, procedures, and medical terminologies and body positions in significance in medical science. So for defining each and every treatment, therapy, assessment, body part, its condition, body positions, there is a proper term which is used. So you should have understanding of these medical terminologies of from medical terminologies related to different areas, related to cardio, related to nephro, related to neuro. So all these terms should be clearly defined to you. Of course, it is not expected that you should know all the terms which are coming across, but at least you should be able to understand, like from learning from different articles, from different books, you should be able to understand that what is that term. Okay, and for that it is very important that the a professional who wants to become a medical writer, a full-fledged medical writer, I'm not talking about content writing, I'm talking about especially medical writing, they should be from life science background. Okay, so examples of medical writing include, now what are the documents which are written in medical writing? So generally when I meet different professionals, and when I ask them, so they have that they, like medical writing is only related to clinical research. Okay, but medical writing is related to clinical research, but it is not like this, that medical writing is only related to clinical research. There are various fields which can be where the medical writers and work. Medical writers, they not only they write the documents which are related to clinical research, they write the documents including in different fields, like they write review articles also, research articles also, scientific papers, content on the website, for the social media, of course the regulatory documents. So these are different types of, there are different types of documents which are written by medical writers. So let's discuss few of the examples of medical writing. So first is research-based documents and scientific papers. So research-based documents are the research article. Okay, so when when any study or when any research is conducted, so then when that research is complete, that the findings of that research, so researchers are interested to communicate those findings from to the readers. Okay, so how they will communicate it? They will communicate it by publishing a research paper. Okay, so like that research paper, the manuscript of that research paper is written by the medical writer. So do you understand what is a manuscript? You can define as any document which is not published. Okay, any publishable document but it is not yet published is known as a manuscript. Now that manuscript can be for a research paper, can be for a review article, can be for a book also. Okay, so now that manuscript, generally the researchers, the investigators, they are very busy professionals. Okay, they do not have that expertise also, and they do not have much time to invest in writing, because when you are writing a research paper, it takes a lot of time. Like it is not that it will be completed in a day or two, it will take months to complete it. Okay, so for that purpose they hire the medical writers. Then there are various publication companies also which are involved, which are publishing the journals and all, they also hire the medical writers. Then there are various medical communication agencies as well. Nowadays they are coming up and they are hiring the medical writers, and they work as a third party. Okay, for they work as third party for and they have the clients, and they hire the medical writers, and the medical writers indirectly work for those clients through that medical communication agency. The next is educational material on new diseases. Now educational writing or promotional, health promotional writing, then these type of documents, okay, health promotional writing, these type of documents are the, or academic writing, educational content writing. So these kind of documents are generally written for the education purpose and for creating awareness. Suppose for example, if there is any new disease or any the disease which is already there, which about which we all know, but now we have something new to write about that disease. Suppose, for example, if you're writing about any type of cancer, so your main aim behind writing that document is to educate the people related to cancer. Then what are the treatment which they can take, how it can be diagnosed, how they can be prevented, and then what are the specific features of that particular disease, and also to educate them and also to make them aware. Okay, so now for that purpose, or to promote health as well, suppose you're writing any article on HIV or on mental illness. So like HIV, mental illness, these are the conditions uh, which are there in our society since ages, but still we are not comfortable to talk about them. We are not, because there is no awareness. Okay, we still consider it as a taboo. Okay, so for that purpose, to create awareness, to educate the patients, the consumers, the public, when you write a document which which can be published on a particular website, on a particular media, digital media, so that type of documents are also written by the medical writers. Then promotional materials on new drugs or scientific applications. Promotional materials on new drugs, this is a specific field which is related to where medical writing combines with the marketing, which is known as medico marketing. Okay, so now the manufacturers of new drugs, new medical devices, they are interested to promote their product. Whatever product they are manufacturing, they are interested to market their product, to promote their product, to advertise their product. So as such, for medicines, there is no proper advertisement which you can see on a television or on any other media. So these this type, like new drug, like medicines, medical devices, there are certain regulations also which you have to follow for advertising them. So for that purpose, there are various sales professionals, marketing professionals who are hired by these manufacturing companies, by these pharmaceutical companies, and those marketing professionals and sale professionals, they are involved in the marketing or advertisement or promotion of the products. Now the question arises that where then medical writers are involved. So now these marketing professionals, they require some written material, like in the form of a handout or a brochure or a booklet or any kind of written document they need, so that they can leave it to the doctor, so that when doctor, they have time, they can go through the document and they can understand that what are the different medicines or new medicines which are launched by that company, what are the benefits and all. So those written material, that is written by the medical writer, and the specific field is known as medico marketing writing. Okay, then scientific applications. Scientific applications means like there are certain type of grants. Like for example, if suppose if I am a researcher, I want to do a new study, but of course, if I want to do a new study, it requires a lot of financial expenditure, which I don't have. Okay, so I will ask either the government or any trust or any such similar organization to fund my research. So for them, I'll submit a grant to them or an application to them, in which I will tell them that what is my research, how this research, if that research is successfully done, that how the medical science or public health will be benefited, what it adds new to the society. So that is known as a grant. So generally, the investigators, the researchers, the research organizations, they hire the medical writers to write a grant for them, so that they can, with that help of that grant, they can raise funding from the government, from any trust, to do that particular research. The next is safety narratives. Safety narratives are also known as patient narratives, and these patient narratives are written for the patients. Now, when the clinical research is done, so in clinical research requires the involvement of human participants, which are known as the subject. Now, as this study is done on new drugs, or for any new indication, or for any new route of administration or formulation, generally when the drug is new, so in that case, what happens, there are chances of adverse effects. So every drug, they are having some or the other adverse effects or side effects. So in that case, we require, so these adverse effects, sometimes they are life-threatening. Life-threatening means either they can be fatal, means it may lead to the death of the participant, or sometimes they are life-threatening. They can be, they require, they can lead to prolonged hospitalization, or the working of any particular organ, it is hampered, or it brings about a permanent abnormality to the patient. So in that case, for such cases, there are patient narratives which are written, and then they are submitted to the regulatory authorities, so that the regulatory authorities can understand the seriousness of the adverse effects or adverse events which are associated with the use of the drug. Okay, and with the use of the drug, and also, so on the basis of that, they can decide that whether they have to continue, or whether they have to grant permission for the marketing of the drug, or whether they have to continue if the drug is already in the market. So they have to continue its marketing or not, or they should stop or ban or recall the product. Okay, so that is the patient narrative. Then content for websites focused on healthcare, life sciences. So nowadays we know that everything is going digital. Okay, you can online, you can order the medicines online. There are various websites which are involved in writing the blogs, publishing the blogs which are related to healthcare, which are related to life sciences. The companies also, they are spreading the awareness. They are spreading the awareness related to any disease, related to any treatment, or related to any therapy through the published material, or through the published documents, or any small videos or small audio video clips, podcasts. So they are published everywhere, you can find it. And since the time of COVID, it has been increased. Okay, so like any video related to your yoga, related to your health, related how you can increase your immunity, how you can be prevented from a particular disease, what are the measures you have to take if you suffer from a particular disease. So all this type of content we always see now and then on various websites, on social media, on various websites. So these all content is also written by the medical writer, which goes on, or which is published, or which is featured on a healthcare website or on a life science website. Then general abstracts and manuscripts. Then medical writers, they are involved in writing the abstracts, manuscripts for the general publication, like in the form of research article or in the form of review article. So whatever type of article it is, it will be published in a journal. So the abstract and manuscripts, that is also written by the medical writer. So sometimes medical writer, they also work as a ghost writer. Ghost writer means that they are only involved in the writing part. Suppose, for example, if you have seen any research paper, so in that research paper, the name of the authors are mentioned. Okay, so suppose if medical writer, suppose if I am a medical writer, and I'm and somehow, or I'm involved in that research, or at any stage, or in doing that review, if I'm involved, then my name will come on that author list. But if I'm not involved anywhere in that research study, or in that writing that review article, I'm just, all the details are provided to me, I just have to articulate it, then I am then that means that in that case, as a medical writer, I'm working as a ghost writer, because my name will not be published anywhere. I'll be paid for what I have done, like for my job of writing, but I will not get any recognition for it. Okay, so that means that medical writers, they generally work as a ghost writer also. Okay, now what are the required qualification for the medical writer? So as such, if we say, or if it is asked, then there is no formal qualification which is required for a person to become a medical writer as such, because there is no post graduation in medical writing, no graduation is in medical writing as yet, which is recognized by any university or somewhere. But still, there are certain diplomas, training courses, and certificate courses, trainings, internships, which are there related to medical writing, just to promote this field. And also because medical writing is not a very easy job to do. It is a very complex process to write a document. It is not easy as it sounds. Okay, so in that case, the formal qualification is not there for medical writing. But nowadays, as we can see that the competition has been raised, so the requirement of the employers, it has also been filtered out, and they want the professionals who are either they are from the life science background, They should be from the life science background. They should have post graduation so that they have better understanding of the research data and all. And also, if they have done any course, any diploma, any certificate, or any training, or any internship in medical writing, so they are always preferred. Okay, so there is no formal qualification in India, but medicos or language experts are preferred. Means if they are from the life science background, so if they are from the life science background, then it is understood that they have understanding of medical terms and terminologies. And also, if they have done post graduation or PhD, then in that case it is understood that they have experience of handling the research data. And also, in case if they have, then it is an added advantage if they have done any course, any diploma, or any kind of certificate or training in medical writing, which means that they have an understanding of medical writing, the documentation and all, they'll be knowing. Then boost career as a doctor, practicing physician, to bring visibility, authority, and credibility. Now there are various doctors who are also initially, if I'll talk about if I go 10 years back, then at that time there were doctors who are very much interested in this field of medical writing, and the documents which are written and which are published, and if the name of the doctor is behind it, that means that so it is like in the subconscious mind that if doctor is writing anything, if doctor is saying anything, that is correct. Okay, so it brings more visibility, authority, and credibility to the content which is published. But nowadays the scenario has changed. Okay, so now not only the doctors, but the professionals from different backgrounds, from different pharmacy background, biotechnological background, any other background also which is related to life science, they are working in the field of medical writers. They are being hired by the employers as well. So but for doctors also, it is also a career option which that is of medical writing, because it makes more visibility and authority and credibility to the content which is written by a doctor. But it is not like this, that only doctors are eligible to enter into the field of medical writing, or they will be only be hired. That is not the case. Okay,